Okay, so in this video, I'm going to go over one of the 4 investigations required for the New York State 5th grade science test. There's a lot of stuff in here that is written in a way that might be confusing, so I'm going to help translate it for you so you know what's going on. And also, it's a lot of information, so it might be helpful if you just see what you're going to be expected to do before you actually do it. So first of all, you should know that you're going to have 3 packets to work with: student directions, answer packet 1, and answer packet 2. Okay, obviously write your name on the student directions. And let's get started. Ready, go. What's in the bag? Student directions. Focus question. What evidence indicates if a new substance is formed when an antacid tablet is added to water in a closed system? What? Translator, they're just saying if you put water and Alka-Seltzer in a Ziploc bag and seal it up, do you see anything new show up? That's all they're asking. Purpose of the investigation is: in this investigation, you will mix 2 different substances, observe the results, and determine if a new substance is formed. You will also investigate the effective particle size of one of the substances on the observed results. Okay, again, they're saying what they just said. Put Alka-Seltzer, water in the bag, seal it up. Do you see any proof that something new shows up when you do that? And then we're going to have 3 different tests going on in the classroom at the same time. There will be different groups of kids, and you will all be trying one of 3 different things. The first one is the whole Alka-Seltzer tablet. The second is that it gets broken into 4 pieces. And the last one, you're just busting it up into a million pieces, as many little pieces as you can. Okay, and then we're going to see breaking it up or leaving it in one piece. Did that make any difference to the results? We shall see. Okay, materials per group. Speaking of groups, you are going to work in teams. 1 group equals 2 kids working together, okay? You'll each have your own paperwork, but you're helping each other. You're doing it together. All right, materials per group. Just so you know how this works, the stopwatch counts seconds. It's pretty easy. Press the green button for go and the red one for stop. Demonstration. Go. It's running. So basically, after you put the Alka-Seltzer and the water in the bag, you're going to start this right away as soon as the bag is sealed, and you're just going to see how long it takes for the Alka-Seltzer to dissolve. When it's done, you press the red one, stop. Gee, that was really tough. Go for go and stop for stop. Who could have foreseen it? That's amazing. These guys are geniuses when they thought this up. Now, the other thing is, if you have to do it over for any reason, then you'll hit the clear button. Just that makes it go back to 0. But you probably won't need that. I don't think so, at least. We'll find out. Okay, ready? Moving right along. We have all our materials. Procedure. That means, what do you do? 1. Write your name on the separate student answer packet 1. Also, record the group letter found on the plastic bag on your answer packet. As you complete each step, place a check mark on the line next to the number of the completed step. That's very important. It will make sure that you don't miss anything, and you will lose points if you don't do it because it's part of the directions. So, write my name on the separate student answer packet 1. Okay. Also record the group letter on your answer packet. So that was C.
He means in this example, it's C. You will need to look on your bag to see what letter to use. Should have made that clear.
Student answer packet 1 to be completed with a partner. Group letter from plastic bag, C. So that's tricky when it says to be completed with a partner. They mean the activity is, but you each do your own answer packet. Okay, so you decide on the answers together, you write them down on yours, and the other person writes it down on theirs. Okay, moving right along. We did that, check. 2, pour 50 mLs of water from the plastic cup into the graduated cylinder. Hopefully, you guys remember that to pour water accurately, you have to kneel down on the floor in front of the table so you can be looking straight at it with your eyes. So I am now sitting on the floor, although you can't see me. Trust me, I'm not lying, it's true. All right, here we go. Looking straight at the 50 ml line. I am touching the cup to the cylinder so I can have more control. And please remember, when you're filling it up, the bottom of the water line goes on top of the number you are measuring. There's some bubbles, so I just tapped it a little. Oh, once the bubbles went in, I see I need maybe a drop more. If you pour too much, you can always pour it back into the cup. And 50 ml. Okay, there we go. Did that? Check it off. Number 3, pour the 50 mLs of water from the graduated cylinder into the plastic bag and quickly seal the bag. Again, not this bag. The big one is just to keep all your stuff. This is the one I mean. Pour in there and quickly seal the bag. I don't know why it's important to quickly seal it. Ah, hurry, hurry. Oh, quickly, quickly seal it. Oh no, seal it. Okay, it's done. The reason they're saying to seal it now, even though we didn't put the Alka-Seltzer in yet, is because obviously they don't want to spill. Okay, we did that. Check.
Oh, we're at page 2 already. This is so exciting. Are you guys excited?
Number 4. You will now make observations, including phases of matter, of the contents of the plastic bag and of the antacid tablet. What are they saying? Put the Alka-Seltzer in and see what happens. When they're talking about phases of matter, remember there are 3 basic states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. That's what they're talking about. See what you start with, see what's going on while it's happening, see what's there at the end. Is it any different? I notice right now that there's some air in here. It's probably a little too much air. I'll try to get that out right before we do the tablet. Okay. Observe the contents of the plastic bag using your senses of sight and touch. Okay, I'm observing it. It's a bag. It contains water and some air. You know what? Let me take that extra air out now. You could do this with your partner. Have them hold it while you kind of squeeze it like this to try to get the extra air out and then seal it up. All right, okay. I have observed it. Yes, the contents of the bag is water and a tiny bit of air. It's kind of flat on the table. They said to use your sense of touch. I notice it's kind of flat because there's not a lot of water or air in it. Observe the antacid tablet using your senses of sight and touch. Do not taste the tablet or place the tablet in your mouth. That's pretty important. Putting this in your mouth like this would be very, very, very bad. Do not do that. Okay, so I am observing it with my senses of sight and touch. Okay, to me it appears to be a round tablet. I'm observing it. I observe that it has L421 printed on it. It's about 1 inch in diameter, I would guess. All right, record all your observations and phases of matter for the contents of the plastic bag and antacid tablet in the appropriate section of the before column in data table 1 on your answer packet. What are you talking about?
Oh, there it is. What a happy thing.
All right, so data table 1, observation and phases of matter from investigation. I don't know why they're saying it that way. If you're looking at phases of matter, isn't that an observation? I mean, I'm observing that this is a solid. Okay, I'm observing that this is liquid and gas. So I don't know why you wrote it separately. Anyway, moving right along. Before, during, and after. So we're observing it and writing down what we see now. And then after we put the tablet in, we're going to write it here. And then after everything's done, we're going to write the final results here. So these are our observations, and these are our phases of matter. As I already said, I think that's ridiculous. The phases of matter are an observation. I'm sorry. I'll calm down. All right. So here we go. Okay. That was number 4. That's done now. Number 5. Using the letter on your plastic bag and data table 2, determine the number of pieces of the tablet you are investigating. Place an X in the appropriate box below to indicate the number of pieces of the tablet your group is investigating. Whole tablet, tablet in 4 pieces, many small pieces, 8 or more. Don't go for 8. Make it as many tiny pieces as you can. Just pulverize it. Bust it into 100 million pieces. Okay, that's a slight exaggeration. I'll be here all day. Okay, anyway, what are they talking about? So if you're in group C, I have a whole bunch of letters all the way up to, I think, letter O. So see which you and your partner are doing, and then you're going to look. I'm going to have it posted in the classroom so you know. Ta-da! You'll just look up and say, oh, we are group C. We are doing a whole tablet. Okay? Oh, we're group H. We're here. We're doing 4 pieces. Oh, we're group N. We're doing many pieces. So whatever it says that matches up to this, just follow that. So since I'm group C, it says to do a whole tablet. That means they told me to put an X here. All right. Ta-da! Ooh, I'm not done yet. How dare you, Mr. Walsh? You jumped the shark. You went too soon. That's it. Mr. Walsh is going to science jail. Prepare your tablet in your plastic dish as indicated below. If you are investigating a whole tablet, leave the whole tablet in the plastic dish. You think? I have to use the whole tablet, so you know what I'm going to do? It's really hard. Watch carefully. I don't want you guys to mess this up. Watch carefully. You're doing a whole tablet, you put it there. Okay? You got it? You need me to do it again? No? Okay. If you are investigating tablet in 4 pieces, carefully snap the whole piece into 4 pieces having approximately the same size. bam, bam. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, they're not exactly the same size, but I did my best. Does it really matter? No, don't freak out if you're like, oh my gosh, that one's so little, that one's so big. It's good enough, trust me. Right. If you're investigating many small pieces, carefully snap the whole tablet into 8 or small pieces of approximately the same size. So this is what they mean. Just destroy the thing. Break it and smash it, and as many pieces as you can. They said at least 8 pieces. I guess they're saying that for kids who just really don't feel like doing this, and then the teacher can come by and say, no, it's not going to work. You have to have at least 8 pieces. And the kid's like, oh, come on, I already broke it into 5 pieces. What's the big deal? Well, you got to do at least 8. But if you want to have a really good result and make it worth doing and more interesting to watch, break it up in many, many pieces. Okay, that's good. So we did what they said to do. Now I can check it off. Okay. I'm going to set this aside for now because I'm actually going to show you what happens with each one, the whole piece, the 4 pieces, and the many pieces. But first, I'm going to do the whole tablet because that's what matches letter C, which is the bag that I got. I'm just going to put it here for now. Okay. Get a stopwatch from your teacher and make sure it is functioning, set to 0, and ready to go. Just make sure, in case it was used by another group, just hit clear. Make sure it says 0. Okay. Before continuing with the investigation, carefully read steps 7 through 9 to make sure you know what you are to do, because these steps will happen quickly. Check. All right, so what they're saying is there are a couple of steps, and if you read it and then do 7, and then you read 8 and you do 8, and then too much time will have gone by. So they want you to read this so you know ahead of time what are we doing, and then you just do it as quickly as you can. Okay? 7, open the plastic bag, drop in all the antacid tablet. Why are they saying it that way? Because if you're doing this one, that's all of it. If you broke it in 4 pieces, that's all of it. If you did this, dump all of it. Okay. Open the plastic bag, drop in all the antacid tablet, and start the timer. Immediately seal the bag completely. After it is sealed, hold the plastic bag from the top as shown. Okay, I'm not going to be able to hold it from the top the whole time because I have the camera at an angle, you won't be able to see it. But here's the deal. One person's going to do it. They'll drop this in and seal it. As the second you seal it, the other person is going to press green for go. Okay? Hold on to it. Keep it in your hand because you're going to have to stop it when the right time comes. All right. So after you seal it, then you're going to hold it like this. Do not shake the bag or touch the lower part of the bag. Why are they saying that? Well, it's tempting if you see like the tablets dissolving. If you break it up with your fingers, you might help it dissolve. They want to see how fast is it going to dissolve on its own without us messing with it. Okay, so drop it in, seal it, start the timer. 8A, observe what is happening in the plastic bag using your sense of sight. Record your observations in the during column in data table 1. Include any phases of matter that are in the plastic bag in your observations. When you no longer see the tablet or pieces of the tablet in the plastic bag, stop the timer and record the time in minutes and seconds. Okay, so the tablet is going to dissolve. When it is completely gone, and you're sure of that, then hit stop and write down what time it says here. 9, make and record as many observations, including phases of matter, of the final contents of the plastic bag using your senses of sight and touch in the after column in data table 1. Okay. So what they're asking you to do is, we already wrote down what we saw before. They're asking us to make observations of what's happening while it's going on, and then when it's done, we're going to write what the final result is. But here's the thing. What they're asking is really a little unrealistic, in my opinion. Why? Because you have to watch this carefully and stop it as soon as it's done dissolving. Now, how can you do that if you're writing? So don't. Watch what's happening while it's happening, and then when it's done, you'll write in both of these. Okay, you'll say, oh, I remember when it was still going, this is what happened, and now that it's done, this is what happened. All right? So let's do it. It's going to be a little challenging for me because I don't have a partner to work with right now, so there might be a slight delay while I hit the button there. Again, we're going to do all 3 different variations of this. So right now I'm doing the whole tablet, dropping in it. By the way, when you open it, it's better if you open it just a little bit so you don't let a lot of air in. So I'm going to drop this in and start the timer. Ready? Pressed it in, started the timer, holding it like this. This is what you're going to do. I'm holding it this way so that you can see. I notice that it is fizzing like crazy. Those are bubbles. The bubbles are gas. So now I have liquid in there. I still have a solid in there because the tablet's still around. So I have the liquid water, I have the solid tablet, and it is producing extra gas that was not there before. The bubbles are gas. Is it gone? Yeah, now gone. Stop. Okay, so we did this. I would also say don't check these off until afterwards because, again, you're supposed to be watching this, and it's like you can't look at the paper and look at the bag and the timer at the same time. That's ridiculous. Okay, so what was happening in the plastic bag using the sense of sight? We already said that. Record your observations in the during column. It's done. They want us to observe what it looks like afterwards. Okay, so now you can put it down like this. First thing I notice is, remember we touched it in the beginning and it was like flat. It's not flat anymore. It is full of gas, full of air. Okay. Okay, ta-da! We did number 8A, and let's see, 8B says, when you no longer see the tablet, stop the timer, record the time. Again, we waited until now to do it so that we can pay attention while it's happening. For it, you can round it up. This says 40, 55, those are milliseconds. So you can just round it. 55 is almost 60 seconds, which would be 1 minute, so I'm gonna write 41 minutes. Don't stress out about that. If you don't understand that, if you just see 40 here and you write 40, that's fine. If you write 40:55, that's fine. You can do that too. Really doesn't matter. It's not that big of a deal. So how many minutes and how many seconds? It did not get to 1 minute here. It was less than a minute. Okay, so 0 minutes and 41 seconds. Check. 9. Make and record as many observations, including phases of matter, of the final contents of the plastic bag using your senses of sight and touch in the after column in data table 1. Yo, we did that already. Check. Record your time in minutes and seconds in the appropriate row and column in data table 2, class data. Also, record your group letter and time on the post-it note and hand it to your teacher. What? Data table 2? That's right, we have to turn the page. Okay. Where are we? Group C, which was whole tablet. There's group C. How many minutes and seconds did it take? It was 0 minutes and 41 seconds. Okay? Notice how they said minutes, seconds. That's how you usually write that. All right. Now, I think they're going to ask us to add everybody else's info too, but we'll deal with that in a little while. Moving right along. We did that. It says to also record your group letter and time on the post-it note. Okay, so we are group letter C, group C. And our time was 0 minutes, 41 seconds. Hand it to the teacher. Here you go, teacher. Oh, thank you, teacher. That was nice of you. We're going to be using that for something else in a little while. Done. 11. In order to observe results from the entire class, get a piece of masking tape from your teacher and hang your plastic bag from the top under the appropriate large label posted in the room. What? What they're saying is, let everybody in the whole class see what happened when you did it, and you're just gonna give this to me. It's telling you to do it, but it'll be easier if you just give it to me, and I will hang it up for you because it is going to be a pain. Now, honestly, they're saying to use masking tape. I think masking tape's not going to be strong enough. It's going to be a big pain, so I think I'm going to use Gorilla Tape, which is a kind of very strong duct tape. That will make sure we hang it up and it doesn't fall.
But where are we going to hang it up, Mr. Ross?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I am going to clear that whiteboard off, and I'm going to put up these posters. So if you did whole tablet like Group C did, that's where you'll put that. If you did 4 pieces, you'll give it to me, and we'll stick it up on there. Many small pieces, it will go under here. So I'm going to take tape, and I'm going to stick it up there on the wall so everybody can look and see what everyone's results were like. Okie dokie, Smokey, we did that. Bang. Next. Tournez la page. Oh, we're on the last page. I'm so excited. 12. Using the data provided by your teacher, record the times for all the other groups, along with the class averages in data table 2. What are they saying? Yeah, like I told you. Fill these in, and you're going to write the average. It doesn't tell us how to do that. They just say to get it from me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on a spreadsheet on the whiteboard, on the smart board, and you guys are just going to copy it down. So you're going to write down everybody's times over here and the averages. Okay, that's the average for the whole tablet, that's the average for 4 pieces, and that's the average for the many, many pieces. Okay, so record all the times. That's going to take a million years. That'll be fun. 13. Ask your teacher for student answer packet 2. Write your name on the answer packet and answer the questions independently. Again, to make this move smoothly, I'm probably going to have already given it to you, and you just don't use it until you need it. So what does that mean? Now when I say, I'll tell you guys, okay, take out student answer packet 2 and answer that. So what they mean is, independently, you were working as a team. Now we're not working as a team. Now you're going to answer all of these on your own. Okay, so your partner does theirs and you do yours. So they want to find out if you come up with same answers as your partner or different answers. All right, obviously, duh, write your name. What's in the bag? Student answer packet 2 to be completed individually. Questions 1A. Make a claim as to whether or not a new substance was formed during this investigation. What? They mean, do you think something new showed up when we did this? Yes, you do? Great, write it down. No, you don't? Write it down. Okay, I do, so I'm going to write that down. Okay, I'm probably not going to write out the answers for all of these because you get the idea. I just want you to make sure you understand the questions. B. Using your observations as evidence, give a reason to support your claim. All right, so what do they mean? Oh, so you said there's a new substance, something new showed up? Oh, really? What's your proof? What is your proof? Okay, I noticed I saw bubbles showing up, and I noticed that before the bag was flat, and now it's puffed up, so obviously there's gas in it, like that. Okay. 2. The antacid tablet, 50 mLs of water, and the resealable plastic bag together represented a closed system. That means it's locked up by itself. A student measured the total mass of the tablet, water, and the bag to be 58 grams before the tablet was dropped in the water. A. Would the total mass of the bag and its contents be less than, greater than, or equal to 58 grams at the end of the investigation? What do they mean? You put the Alka-Seltzer in this bag, it's still turning to a gas. Can it float away? No. So the question is the mass going to be the same? If we weigh the water ahead of time and we weigh the Alka-Seltzer, we put them in here, we seal it up so none of the gas can escape, is it going to be able to get away? No, the gas can't get away. So is any mass going anywhere? No, it's not. The mass will be the same. Okay, so equal to B. Justify your choice using your knowledge of scientific principles. What? What are you talking about? They're saying, oh, you say it's equal? Prove it. All right, I'll prove it. What I know is that even though a chemical reaction happened, none of the mass could get out of the bag because we sealed it. So it turned it solid, turned it to gas, and it couldn't get away. It's still in there. So whatever it weighed ahead of time, it's still going to weigh the same now because the gas couldn't go anywhere. That is called conservation of mass, which is what our lesson was about at the beginning of the year. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Write your answer. 3. Observe all the plastic bags from the class displayed in the room. Look at them. Did the different number of pieces in the antacid tablet have any effect on the final contents of the bag? Huh? What they mean is, look at the bags. Some people did 1 piece, 4 pieces, as many pieces as they could make within a reasonable amount of time. After everything was all done, do they really look different from each other? Like, is one like a really flat bag still? Is one extra puffy? Is there any real difference between all of them? Yes or no? Provide 1 piece of evidence to support your choice. Well, that's the kind of thing you'd say. You'd say, well, it looks like they seem to all be kind of full of gas. They're more full than before. I don't see any real big difference, whatever your observation is.
Oh, okay.
4. Using evidence from data table 2. That's this one, which will be filled out by that time. What effect does the number of the antacid tablet pieces, whole, 4 pieces, many pieces, have on the average time for the tablet to no longer be visible? So what are they saying? you're going to look here and say, okay, the whole tablet, all of the groups that did that, what was their average time? The tablet broken into 4 pieces, what was their average time? And the ones that did many small pieces, what was their average time? So what you're looking to see is, did it make a difference? Like, did this one dissolve faster? Did this one dissolve faster? Did this one dissolve faster? So in other words, if I break it, does it make it go quicker? Does it make it take more time? And then if I break it up even more, does that one go quicker? Does that one take more time? We'll see. Provide one piece of evidence to support your choice. So you would say the average for the whole tablet is a bigger number than the average for many pieces and 4 pieces, something of that nature.
Logical.
Okay. Number 5, the same investigation is repeated with an antacid tablet broken into 2 pieces. Using the pattern in the data table, predict the time it would take until the tablet would no longer be visible. Minutes, seconds. What are they saying? If it says that this one dissolved more slowly than this one, and this one dissolved more slowly than this one, they're saying, okay, this was 1 piece, 4 pieces. What if you had a group in between that was 2 pieces? Okay, if this one dissolved slower or faster than this one, what do you predict? Let's say their average was 41 seconds and their average was 30 seconds. Now, you would look and say, well, if a whole tablet was 41 seconds and 4 pieces was 30 seconds, that made it happen quicker. Well, what do I guess the number would be if it was only broken into 2 pieces? That's what you're asking. So that is what you're going to write here. 6A, identify the one variable that was changed during this class investigation. Okay, what are they saying? That means we did everything, all the groups did everything exactly the same except for one thing. Each different group, this one, these groups, these groups did things that was different from each other. What was that thing? B, identify one variable that remained constant during the class investigation. So in other words, okay, so we changed one thing, and hint, it's what we did with the tablets. Is there something else that we didn't change, that each group did exactly the same? Write it down in here. Yeah! 7, describe how data from data table 2 of the class investigation could be used to determine if the data collected is reliable. What? This is how you can do it. If you see this, group A, it took them 40 seconds. Group B, it took them 41 seconds. Group D, they collected it, it was 42 seconds. They did group E, and it was 10 minutes and 50 seconds. Would that show you that this data is not reliable? Yeah, probably you guys did something really wrong. It should not be anywhere near 10 minutes. It shouldn't even be 1 minute. So obviously, that's how you can find that out. Okay? So the answer I would write is something like, if one number is very different from all the others. 8, construct an argument using evidence to describe how the contents of the bag would change if 2 whole antacid tablets were placed in the bag containing 50 mL of water. All right. So they're saying, you put 1 tablet in, it took this much time on average. What do you think would happen if it was 2 pieces? If you're still using 50 mL of water and it is 2 tablets now, how do you think that would make a difference? 9, antacid tablets are used to help people with an upset stomach because it helps reduce stomach discomfort. Tablets are placed in water and the person drinks the solution. A side effect of taking these tablets is that the solution often makes a person burp. Explain why this might happen using evidence from this investigation. Okay, instead of putting this in a bag, you put it in your stomach, you swallow it. Why would that make you burp, Sam? Try to figure it out. You saw stuff happen here that should probably let you know.
Oh my goodness gracious, look at that. We're done.